Well, welcome to another edition of the Digicel Sports Show right here on Islandstats.com. I'm your host, Earl Basin, and joining me yet again is co-host Jason Juggling J. Ford. Jay, today's show, we'll talk about the FA Cup semi-final played last night. We'll talk about Tuesday night's Somerset and Devonshire Colts match. There was a press conference at the Bermuda Football Association yesterday, and so much more. But first, let's get a message from our sponsor.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, last night in FA Cup semi-final action, PHC Zebras got over Robin Hood. 1 and 2 in the standings. They're battling to see who's going to be the Premier Division champions. But on this night, it was PHC's night.
Yeah, we talked about the competition that these teams have been battling over the last few years, especially with ex-players, ex-coaches being involved with the Robin Hood side. But PHC getting the upper hand and going through, and I think this is for them. This is their focus now. I know the league is pretty much well wrapped up. I think Robin Hood's pretty has the leg up on that. It's not over yet, because who knows. When you do lose, and if you lose another one, then the pressure will be on. But in saying that, I think getting over this hurdle is a big hurdle for PAC. But knowing how this cup is, you can never take any game for granted. So, be interesting final to see what happens tonight. And who knows? It could be a very interesting final after all.
Last night at the Somerset Cricket Club, Bermuda Football Association's FA Challenge Cup defending champions Robin Hood were bounced out of the cup at the semi-final stage, going down 3-0 to the PHC Zebras. Following the match, hat-trick hero and captain Sequoia Robinson talked about his team's approach to the game even after they held the lead.
The first one settled the stone, but they say a 2-0 scoreline is never something to just sit on. One goal in the back in the game, so it just somehow. So really, the second one just helped us go into halftime at a comfortable, but we still had to come back out the same way we started the game. So we had to come back out like it was nothing.
After that third goal, you had a chance running from your half just to keep it to beat. But the legs kind of gave out on you?
Yeah, the legs kind of gave out on me. It was a long run and really from my half down to this. So I should have put it away, but that's how it goes.
All right. Well, 2 league games left, then the FA Cup. Turn your attention back to the league, second place, just behind Robin Hood. Do you guys think it sets you up for a good run at chase at this league title?
Yeah, it definitely sets us up for a good run. It just shows that we're still here fighting, and we're going to keep working until the end, till it's mathematically not possible.
Tuesday night at BAA Field, it was Somerset Trojans and Devonshire Colts. Let's get the report from Tuesday night's match. Devonshire Colts found themselves up against it last evening at the BAA Field as they went down 5-0 to the Somerset Trojans. Justin Corday led the way with a hat-trick, while Leo Burgess and Ramar Simmons added a goal each. Well, yesterday, Jay, at the Bermuda Football Association boardroom, there was an announcement, a football extravaganza. Actually, let's get the report at the press conference from yesterday's event.
Definitely happy to be here and happy to be a part of something very positive in football. As you will know, there are numerous negative things that are talked about football and footballers and our young men in particular. And here we have a positive venture that's going to put our football in a very positive light, and we're looking forward to partnering with the Bermuda Football Festival to have our All-Star matches and some other initiatives that they are planning. And the BFA is fully supportive of this initiative. Mr. Richardson did come into our executive council meeting and made a very good presentation to us, and the council was ready to go within 30 seconds of Mr. Richardson talking. So fast forward to today, and we have this very positive announcement.
But I want to basically go and give you some of the items that we gave the BFA so that these are some of the objectives. We said we're proposing an event that will fulfill the following objectives. 1, create a signature event that will come under the umbrella of the BFA, and therefore we ask them to sanction it. 2, celebrate and acknowledge persons who have been involved with the BFA at the national team level and persons who have made outstanding contributions to the game of football in Bermuda or in the name of Bermuda. 3, galvanize the community through an exciting event featuring our players in a positive and invigorating session. 4, raise and contribute funds to aid the Gina Spence Productions charity, their Champions program that takes care and has an amazing program for the children left behind from gun violence and antisocial behavior. And in there, we also said that we want to help build something of a war chest that we can help with the BFA in particular and the clubs on the outside for development, tours, development programs, etc. Now, our overall objective outside of those stated will be to showcase the most popular sport on the island and to build on the necessary and vital work that the BFA continues to do through the various leagues and program. Now, because I've also in a little way been involved in football and the clubs, we know that there are numbers of young people in particular involved and they're reached through this game of football. It is imperative that we now look to leverage that and that we look to not only have them in this football session, but look at how can we help build character? How can we help identify some of the young people who are at risk? But I want to point out in the release, so that we're not just looking at these at risk, if you wish, we said the newly formed Bermuda International Football Festival has devised this community initiative to reach the island's young men with a view to providing opportunities for those already on the right track, because that's important, yeah, and reaching those young men at risk of falling through the cracks. Yeah, we've been asked, is this just a one-off? No. We're also going to have ongoing programs where we, in the ensuing months and through the summer, will be getting in with the clubs, and we're also going to be helping them to stage little events that will involve their young people in particular. Now, you will see in the background piece a number of things, but I will highlight first our team. I chair it. Also, we have Clyde Best, who is off in Florida right now. We have Charlie Marshall, former first Hall of Famer, former referee extraordinaire, businessman, former legislator, I recall. And I won't say the other former things. But Charlie is still involved in the community, still raising funds also to help the community. And the director for our project and on the team is Mervyn Grant. We have also included Troy Harvey, who's in the BFA youth program. We have David Bascom, who's going to bring a North American flair to us. And I did mention Sean Goda, who's on the line right now. Sean, are you with me? Or did you disappear? All right. I want to make sure, and before either something happens with technology or Sean has to go coach a team that I understand is not doing too badly, but Sean, perhaps from yourself. I remember when we had an initial talk, as was the case with Charlie Marshall and Best, you really said, I'm on board. Yeah? I think they can hear you. Tell us why.
Well, I think this is an absolutely fascinating project that long needed in Bermuda. And the great thing about it is actually bringing all parts of the community. It's again, giving the opportunities for at-risk kids, but it's getting them out to the community. I mean, I think of the Rugby Classic, and I think that's an exceptional event. I think this is something that can be very similar, but also can address or reach the community at large, and that's the most fascinating thing for me. And as we get into a bit more detail, and the connections that I have here can highlight and add to the program in terms of the elite level of individuals that we look to bring over throughout the course of the future.
Yeah, and I think I can let on right now that we are looking in the second year to really take it to an international event, and we're looking to have 7-a-side involving a Bermuda team also, and at least 5 other countries. And you, Clyde, David, will be assisting us on that level. We're thinking right now of a team from stroke the UK, the US, Portugal. We're going to go a little further in Europe because we've already made certain connections. But tell us, Sean, about an exciting prospect as one of 3 sort of players that you will bring in with you for this event.
Well, yes. This John Barnes is on the list for having contacts and talks with him, along with Dwight York, and also Andy Curl. So these 3 are the 3 I've just had brief conversations, and they're really at this moment in time they're exciting, and we're just trying to look at the schedule. And only be one of them, but I've had to hit up at least 3 to try to ensure that we get one of them. Other names that I'm connected with, British Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler. I've done a few things with Robbie Fowler, so there's a huge list of network connections that I have that can really add, again, the elite level that we're looking for the project.
Yeah, indeed. And we've said that we want to build this for the future, and we point out that the idea is reaching our young people through sport. And I've said to our media friends that we want to build the best event possible in the footprint of something like the Rugby Classic and others, so that we do create the excitement and provide the opportunities for those who are succeeding. So, yeah. Now, before we let you go, Sean, there's a we had you commit to at least one other thing, that as you come down and as we identify 1, possibly 2 youngsters from this all-star game, that you will grab them and we will make sure that they get into at least a week's training at your new endeavor, let's put it that way, and then it's up to them. And of course there are no promises, but we get them into your program. Talk a little about that before we let you go.
Yeah, I mean, this is another exciting link to it all, that the kids that are spotted, that are looked at by the celebrity guests coming down, was actually invited to Ilkeston Football Club to have a week of training and seeing what the professionals go through. Obviously, I'm the manager, but we're put them through a week of training, and who knows what it can bring for them. Again, with no promises, but it allows them to get off the island and see in a professional environment what exactly it takes, and what all the other youngsters, perhaps in England, are also trying to move on and go beyond, even beyond Ilkeston, obviously, and to higher levels.
Yes, And just to cap that off, you've named off some really exciting folks who are still involved in football at the highest level, and of course come from and go into other jurisdictions and put on clinics, etc. So we're excited, and it is something that we're building, and quite pleased to have you and others of your caliber on board, Sean. And that's the point we make for our young people, for our media colleagues, and for the community. And we're looking for huge support on this as we have a day not just to show the skills, but also to entertain. I'll go briefly for our media friends. We have a freestyle footballer coming in, and that freestyle is going crazy around the world right now. That freestyler will be in before the event, and we'll also go to a couple of schools. We intend to do a little skills competition where some of these kids will show what they've learned, and who knows. We've also had a commitment from the World Freestyle Association with an office in, 12 different countries, that they are looking to come in during our summer months, and they will help foot the bill on this to get into the communities to basically excite our young people in particular, to just give them a little more and put on some competitions. So we're not just doing a one-off, we're doing a series of things, and we'll lead to our next event next year. But first, this one, we want to be a success. Sean, we thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be talking.
Seeing everyone at the end of April.
All right, we'll be talking soon.
Cheers. Bye.
So we have a freestyler, we have a concert at the end of the day, we have some entertainment in between the events, so that it is entertaining, it is looked at as a festival, and not just an all-star game. We said East versus West or something like that in there, but really it's an all-star game. We have the coaches that we'll get to once the BFA gives us a bit of advice on that. We'd like for our media friends also to help us in publicizing some of those who are selected, because we want to give them their due. And that's a big part of this. Very, very important that we give them their due, in case you want that back. So in here, as I mentioned, there's a short press release. There's some background information. I'd like to call on a gentleman that I sought out immediately when I had the idea, Charlie Marshall, because he is in the community.
When Rick first approached me about this venture, it was quite exciting, because I am a product of sport. If it wasn't for sport, I would not have accomplished what I have accomplished in my life. And for centuries, but for decades, I've been trying to tell my colleagues in the political arena that if they paid more attention to sports and what it contributes to keeping social order in this community, that we would not be where we are today with the gangs and the bad social behavior that we have. But that all begins in the home. So in our day, in my day, I was very fortunate. I had strong parents, and they made sure I towed the line. But not only strong parents, I also had very strong neighbors and people that looked after the youngsters and corrected them when it was necessary, particularly on the football field. And I played like everybody else probably in this room, and when I got my playing days and I started my little businesses, I didn't have the time to train. But I did have the time to be official and to administrate in the field itself, and also in the association, and rose to the top like my president here is now. There's a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice by a lot of people, but a lot of people help you on your way. And I say that really sincerely. If it was not for the people that were around me and controlled my life and made me, I would not be where I am today, and I repeat myself. And I believe that this is an opportunity for our young people to see, and I think a lot of them don't even know that their uncles or their fathers even played in the national teams, or what they accomplished in Bermuda to keep social order in the days of the past. It wasn't easy. I mean, I came out of the era when we were segregated. The whites didn't play with the blacks and so forth and so on. But all of that took place during my era, which all contributed to the success that I and many of other players of the day are, and many of them are businessmen today and are successful because of sport. Finally, we're realizing that sport can bring the community together. Finally, we're spending some money, and the stadium next door should have been completed many years ago, and we wouldn't have all these things that we have now. We're getting our guests from abroad to come here, and when I see the pool and I see the activities going on in the schools and the national stadium, it is a dream come true, not just for me, but many people before, particularly Mr. Donald Lyons, who was the first chairman of the National Sports Center. I would encourage all of Bermuda to come out to this festivity. It's not going to cost you any money, it's just going to cost you time. Come out and socialize with people of Bermuda from all walks of life. You'll see you'll see.
I didn't go on to that, Charlie. Sorry. I'm
Sorry, you had an April what? Oh, anyhow, well,
You just got to me.
Yes.
You said, come out, and I said, I didn't even mention the dates.
well, ladies and gentlemen, we there's a little excuse, you know. We're all maturing. These moments happen, you know, and don't you young people don't laugh because it comes a lot faster than you think. But so we're going to have this great day, and it's going to be a great day next door from here, from the BFA headquarters, and it's going to be a day of family. And it's going to be a day of fun, and it's going to be a day where we as Bermudians can come together, and our guest workers that are here and the tourists that are here, and we have a lot of people here now coming in to use our facilities for sports to up their achievements and their desires. So I would encourage everyone to come. Bring your family. Food will be available. Music will be available. You'll see some of your old friends that I regret to say, living on a small island, you look at him and you say, gee, man, I thought you passed on. Gee, I haven't seen you for so long. So you'll enjoy a great day. So I encourage you. I think this is a wonderful idea that Rick and his team has put together. I certainly will be supporting it with anything within my means, and I will be here on the day. Unfortunately, I'll be going away for a week or so, but I'll be back and to support it and make sure that it's successful and that it's a part of our legacy, and it becomes part of our legacy like Cup Match and all the other activities that we have going on.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Well, Jay, on Tuesday, it was the middle school track and field championships. Yesterday was the primary schools. A lot of noise in the stands, a lot of cheering going on. But to see these youngsters being able to express themselves using sports as one of those vehicles is really, really good to see, not just for me, but anyone else that was at the National Sports Center yesterday. Beautiful day for them. Your thoughts on, or remember back when it was your turn to be on center stage, primary school track and field championships?
Well, Aaron, I mean, just sport in general is great for self-esteem. A lot of kids suffer with, having low self-esteem, especially trying to find identity, especially at that age. You get yourself into trouble, and sometimes some kids are just restless, and they need that sport or a sport to get them focused and burn off some energy. And this is when, when they start to excel in sport by discipline, which we all need through life. Practice, which we all need in life. These are things that get us over. These are life skills. So, I mean, I remember back in that day, it was the nervousness, obviously. But then when you start hearing the talk around and you know the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and the bantering that we did back then, obviously, and that's for me. That's always got my juices going. I was always able to excel when I was able to banter. Now some folks cracked under this, but that was my. I was the one who was doing all the bantering. But that was the fun part of it. And I mean, to this day, when you see kids out there and they're really, really giving it all on that day, and for that calling, you really see the school pride is unbelievable.
Well, let's get the report from the primary school track and field championships at the National Sports Center yesterday. There were sounds of horns and whistles blowing at the National Sports Center as the primary schools took to the track to see who would be crowned champion. Manny Ferreira, the administrator of the Bermuda School Sports Federations, brings us up to date with the overall winners.
In the under-9 division, the champion girl was Sanaya Cumberbatch from Purvis Primary. And she won the 200 meters, the 400 meters, and came second in the 800 meters. In the under-9 boys, Dalen Scott from Mount St. Agnes Academy. All events he competed in, he won the 100, the 200, and the long jump. In the under-10 girls from West Pembroke, we have Kamori Darrow, and she won the 400 meters. She won the 800 and finished third in the 200. With the under-10 boys, we have ICL Smith, and he was from Prospect Primary, and he won the 100, 200, and high jump. And in the over-10 division, from West End Primary, Ramaya Brangman, she won the 400 and the 800, and came second in the 200. And in the last category, the over-10 boys, from Victor Scott Primary, Ray Jean Steers, he won the 100, the 200, and was second in the cricket ball throw. And the Toby Colomb Award winner, that goes to the best performer of the day. That went to Aziel Smith from Prospect Primary. I already stated he won the 100, 200, and high jump. And he also was part of the winning relay team in the under-10 boys division.
Well, Jay, on Tuesday at Cedar Bridge Academy Gymnasium, the Bermuda School Sports Federation's basketball finals took place right after the track and field, the middle school track and field. So it was a long day for not only for the kids, but a long day for many others. But Cedar Bridge, 3 finals, 3 wins. Let's get the report from Tuesday night at the Cedar Bridge Academy Gymnasium. It was an action-packed evening at the Cedar Bridge Academy Gymnasium as the Bermuda School Sports Federation's basketball finals took place. Cedar Bridge Academy fought off a spirited comeback from Summersfield Academy to hang on and win the junior varsity final 28-27. Cedar Bridge were led by Timothy Rogers with 14 points, while Quincy Kuzak led Summersfield with 12 points. Ethan Fubler was the MVP for Cedar Bridge Academy, while Jordan Inamati was the MVP for Summersfield Academy. Cedar Bridge kept the momentum going in the varsity girls match by defeating number 1 ranked Barclay Institute 37-32. Inshanae Smith led Cedar Bridge with 15 points, while MVP D'Amico Daniels chipped in with 12 points. The Barclay Institute were led by Siani Hall with 10 points, while MVP Dalen Richards added 8 points. Cedar Bridge will complete the sweep with a 47-27 win over Salters Grammar School in the varsity boys final. Cedar Bridge Academy MVP Gerald Smith led all scorers with 29 points, while Salters MVP Sam Fox scored 13 points.
Bermuda, listen up. D-Music is here exclusively for Digicel customers. Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free. With D-Music, you can easily search for your favorite artists and create playlists to fit your lifestyle. Plus, you have the option to download music to your device so you can find a song for any moment, even when offline. D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
Since I picked up my school the last show, shout out to the Wildcats. Congratulations.
And remember, in the report, they actually beat the Barclay.
Yes, they did.
Well, Jay, earlier today, Delray Rollins and his Sussex teammates got their the preseason underway. Let's get a report from over in England with Delray Rollins and Sussex. Delray Rollins and his Sussex teammates' first preseason match of 2017 saw them sent to bed against Surrey. Due to heavy overnight rain, the match was delayed, with only a total of 60 overs allotted for the day. After a fine winter with the England under-19s, Rollins scored 47 but was bowled out by Scott Berthwick shortly before lunch. Land Rover BAR suffered a setback recently after routine docking proved anything but. Following a practice sail in the Great Sound, the British Challengers, America's Cup class foiling catamaran, collided with the mobile dock at the Royal Naval Dockyard. Jay, Erica Hawley, she's continuing to prepare herself for the Continental Cup, the elite youth event that will take place on our shores April 9th. She competed in a collegiate event for Colorado University, her school of choice right now, finishing fourth in the women's field. A good, strong performance from her. The week before, she was in a international meet where she also finished fourth, just being outkicked by another opponent. But things are shaping up for her leading up to this event that will take place in Hamilton on April 9th.
Yeah, Earl, one thing about athletes, especially when you're talking about track and field or triathlons and stuff, before the season starts, you pick out events that you really want to focus on and you really want to be at your peak level when you get there. It'll be interesting to see what was her main events for this year, and if it was this a meet coming up in 3 weeks' time here on the island, it was that her main to be in the top shape. So to use these events to work towards, even though it was fourth, but what was it, her expectation out of that event? Because sometimes they might be looking to do a better swim or a better ride or a better run. They might not concentrate so much on all three in every event. Some events they might just focus on one or two just to what they might be working on or training on. So it will all come together for that focus event, take for instance in 3 weeks' time. So it'll be interesting when she does touch back that you get this conversation with her and see what was her training schedule running into this event in 3 weeks' time. But hey, I'm looking forward to seeing her here on the island in 3 weeks.
Well, let's get the report from Erica Hawley's event. Erica Hawley and her University of Colorado women's triathlon teammates won the conference championships at the 2017 Havasu Triathlon Team Racing. Hawley finished fourth in a field of 86 females. Hawley clocked a time of 2:06:41. Kent Richardson has finished 13th competing in the Montevideo Camtri Triathlon in Uruguay. Richardson clocked an overall time of 1:16:49 to finish first in the men's 55 to 59 age group division.
Open up a world of music at your fingertips and access millions of songs from free with D-Music, exclusively from Digicel. With D-Music, you can stream and download songs and create playlists of your favorite artists to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're working out at the gym, getting ready for a Friday night, or just chilling at home, D-Music comes with 1 gig of free data to stream and download songs without it impacting your data usage. That's 32 hours worth of music. Visit us in-store or online to see how you can get D-Music today.
J. Young Zayla Smith is representing Thomas University in the sport of golf. They're in a tournament over in Las Vegas. Let's get the report and the latest from the tournament in Vegas. Zayla Smith and her Thomas University women's golf teammates currently sit tied for 7th after day one of the Battle of Prime with a score of 318 at the Prime Valley Golf Course in Las Vegas. Smith opened up with a round of 83. Well, Jay, interesting show. Can't wait to find out who will meet in the FA Cup final. We already have one finalist. Looking for that other one. So come next Digicel show, we'll know who the finalists are. We'll know so much more about football and a weekend coming up of some interesting sports.
Yeah, Earl, I mean, we look at this weekend, it's very, very big for the kids with the Kappa tournament coming up on the weekend. So we have all the results from the weekend. It's going to be crazy up at National Sports Center again, like it was last weekend. So I just want to say good luck to everybody who's participating over the weekend.
Well, we want to thank Digicel and the Department of Youth and Sport for sponsoring this show. From me, Earl Baston, and Juggling Jay, do enjoy the rest of your evening.